All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, guys. So you should be seeing the YouTube Rulebook, 3 Secrets to 10x Your Growth on YouTube in 2025. And this is what I was talking about right here. YouTube pulled ahead of Netflix. Okay, do you guys see the screen? Just want to confirm everyone's seeing the screen before I move on. All good? Okay. So the YouTube Rulebook, 3 Secrets to 10x Your Growth on YouTube in 2025, and really we're going to go over more than three, but we're going to go over three main ones. And I'm going to, by doing this, you're going to be able to duplicate my simple 3-step process that allowed me to create a money-making YouTube channel. I think a lot of you already know my story, but this, for instance, was just last month, 73,000 in AdSense just last month. That's just AdSense alone, guys. AdSense is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to making money on YouTube. You can see I've got a bunch of videos that are absolutely crushing it, millions and millions of views. And this didn't just work for me. My methods have been proven by clients in all different kinds of niches. For instance, Josh, we helped him get from 1K per month to 186K per month. He's an IT and education YouTuber. And he said, I knew I had the knowledge to help people that I want to help, but I didn't know how to reach those people at scale. And he had his first $5,000 month, and then pretty shortly after, he had his first $10,000 a month, and then recently he had $186,000 month using Shane's strategies. Seth, 9 years of growth matched in just 3 months. So Seth had been uploading to YouTube for 9 years. So he'd been very consistent. 9 years of uploading. That's what they all say, right? Consistency. All the YouTube gurus say that. Well, he wasn't really getting results in 9 years of uploading to YouTube consistently. And he never had a single video reach 100,000 views. After working with us and implementing my strategies, he said that within 1 month, I had 2 videos reach 100K, and one of those videos hit 300K views and is still counting. And I achieved more in 3 months than the previous 9 years combined, okay? So that's just another example of, implementing what actually works on YouTube. Sean, I actually interviewed him yesterday. He was at 500K per month. Now he's at over 600K per month. That's cash collected. And he probably hit over 850K per month in terms of accounts receivable. So contracts essentially, right? So Sean's absolutely crushing it. We made this slide a few days ago before I did the interview with him. He's doing 500K a month. And yeah, he said Shane knows what he's doing. He's not another fake guru. His program goes beyond just tactics, teaching you how to build a personal brand, the strategy behind it, and master the back-end systems that actually drive revenue. And when we first started working with Sean, he was doing about 30K per month. Now he's doing over 500K per month in revenue. And basically all of it is coming directly from YouTube. And by duplicating a proven system and treating YouTube like a business, which is what I'm all about, right? I'm all about YouTube for busy business owners and actually treating YouTube like a business. You can do it too. And there's been a bunch of people that have done it. I've worked with people who are basically, beginners or very close to beginners. And I've gotten them to, really high levels. I've worked with people that are doing okay on YouTube, but they're not really making any money, gotten them to high levels. I've worked with people who are business owners who are already making money in their business. And then they start on YouTube and they want to, add YouTube as a client acquisition stream. I've worked with YouTubers that are already doing really well and crushing it, and we just help them crush it even more. So I've worked with all kinds of different people. The system works for everyone. Of course, if you're a beginner, it's going to take a little bit longer to work for you, obviously, because you have to build up your channel. But it works for everyone, right? It's just a matter of time as long as you follow the process. So yeah, lots of examples here. First viral video compared to the average, over 500 views per hour. Just had the first viral video after never having one uploaded for years. From 900 to 177,000 views. So this client had never had a 100K view video in their life. So if you guys know on YouTube, it shows the average video under the curve here. You can't even see his average video. It's not even visible. His average video is down here, under the curve, right? So you can't even see it. So his average went from 900 to 177,000 views, which is 196x increase. Right, so yeah, just absolutely crushing it with all these clients. And this training is for you if you want to figure out what you're doing wrong and discover proven tools and strategies to correct it. You're struggling to make your ideal audience click on your videos. You aim to create a foolproof system for consistent, engaging content that increases your views. You need expert help from a YouTube pro in real time to get views and monetize your channel as quickly as possible. And by monetize, guys, I don't just mean AdSense, I mean all different types of making money. Whenever I say monetize, just think money, right? Making money in many different ways. And you want to start sharing your expertise, monetize it, and build an income stream or business with YouTube. And just to introduce myself, guys, I'm Shane. I'm an ex-pharmacist. I was a pharmacist during the pandemic. I was a very stressful time. What just happened? Okay, don't know what happened there, but not sure what happened there, but okay, moving on. I was a pharmacist during the pandemic. Very stressful time. My store got robbed like 3 times in a 6-month period. I was working like 15-hour days. It was absolutely crazy. And so I wanted to escape my job. I did not want to be a pharmacist anymore. And YouTube is the thing that allowed me to do that, by just helping the younger version of myself on YouTube, essentially, just helping younger people solve problems that I'd already solved. I was able to grow on YouTube. And it didn't take any extra expertise. The only thing I had to learn was just the physical act of, uploading videos on YouTube. I just used what I already knew to help grow on YouTube. And then after I'd done it myself, I started helping other people. So I helped 18 plus businesses get to 100K plus per month on YouTube. And I've helped about 7, almost 8 if you count Sean, yesterday, get to 8 figures a year on YouTube. So that's about a $835,000 a month run rate. So yeah, and I'm industry recognized as an expert on growing and making money from YouTube for businesses. I've even gotten consulted by 9 and even 1 10-figure business at this point when it comes to YouTube. So I've worked with a 10-figure business too. But generally speaking, I work with personal brands. I think that personal branding is the future. I think that human-to-human connection is the future. Not having to go through like an intermediary or not having to interact with a like a soulless corporate entity. I think people are kind of tired of that. We've been doing that for a couple hundred years now. And I think just interacting directly with other human beings is the future. And the decentralization of that is really exciting. So that's why I work with personal brands, generally speaking. So yeah, this was me when I was working as a pharmacist. I tried a bunch of different business models and I failed. This was Amazon FBA. I tried the booty kit. That was one of my products, the booty kit. Did not do too well. And then I started trying on YouTube. I basically just taught people what I already knew. For instance, I wrote grants. I worked in a 501c3 nonprofit, so I knew how to write grants, and so I made videos about top 5 grants to start a business because that's what I already knew, right? So I made some videos like that, and I made some videos about college degrees, and I made some videos about what I knew about careers, and then some of the videos took off, and I started making money, and then this is kind of like a typical month, right? This was a while back. I don't add it up every single month like this, but this is a typical month, doing multiple 6 figures a month. And at the end of this live training, you're going to learn 3 secrets: why you need to make this big pivot right now to be successful on YouTube in 2025, what not to do when you're starting or scaling a YouTube channel, and how to fix these mistakes fast, and how I'd help YouTubers scale their channel in real time. And you can watch what I'm doing and apply it for yourself ASAP. Plus, I'm going to share a bonus insider secret. You guys already got a few with the TV thing. A few things about TV that I'm going to say right off the bat is we're going to be testing this out soon, but I think QR codes are going to be a big thing. And I think, because obviously that's how you buy stuff on TVs, right? And then I think that increasing your content production quality to the point where it looks good on a bigger screen is unfortunately going to become important. And that's something that I've said in the past is content quality doesn't matter that much, but I think because of this recent development with TV, it is actually going to become more important to have a little bit better content quality. It still doesn't need to be insane production quality, but a little bit better is going to help a lot, right? So for instance, if people are watching this on their TV, this is a lot better than last week when I was doing it in the kitchen, right? So, I'm adapting to the times too. And trust me, I wouldn't be doing it unless I thought that it actually needed to be done. All right, so secret number 1, why you need to make the big pivot right now to be successful on YouTube in 2025. First of all, entertainment content is dead when it comes to making money. All right? Educational niche content is the future. And let me tell you why that is. Here is an entertainment YouTuber that has 4 million subscribers. His name is Boogie2988. And he, you got to give him a little bit of respect. He went on a podcast tour and he talked about how he was basically broke. This was an entire year's worth of revenue for him, about $44,000 in an entire year. Now, if you own a YouTube channel, you probably hire a video editor at least. And so making $44,000 in a year is not great, right? Like there's a lot of expenses, video editor, et cetera, especially a big YouTube channel like this. And so he's probably just barely getting by. I mean, this is less than the average job in the US, and he's a YouTuber with 4 million subscribers. So, that's education, or that's entertainment content, right? And that's why I say entertainment content is dead, because you have to get a massive, massive, massive amount of views to make money with entertainment content. Then you've got people like Charlie Morgan, who uploads videos with his iPhone, and he's making $1.3 million a month, right? So that's the difference. He only has, let's see, 139K subscribers, and actually he was making 1.3 million even when he had like 50,000 subscribers. And he was uploading these simple videos with his iPhone, where he was just sharing his screen sometimes, like a Loom video, and he's doing like 1.3 million a month, right? So that is educational content. And that's the power of educational content. You can make way more money if you're actually helping people solve the problems that they have. Entertainment solves one problem a little bit, and that's the problem of boredom, right? But we got a lot of options to solve that problem. There's so many options out there. There's video games, there's TikTok, there's lots of short form video, endless websites, YouTube, etc. There's so many options out there to solve the problem of boredom. But there aren't that many options out there to solve other types of problems in the world. And that's what you can do. That's what you can provide to people by making educational content. Now, you can still add some entertainment in there by all means. I mean, like you can make it kind of like infotainment or, that kind of thing. But generally speaking, you want to try to actually solve people's problems. And when choosing a niche, you want to do this, okay? You want to have a specific market with a specific problem and a specific solution for that problem. I think I got to move my little head up here. So let me give you a couple examples of this, because you might have a specific market, right? So let's just say accountants or people who are interested in accounting. But there's so many problems that they might have. I mean, they could have hundreds and hundreds of different problems. You don't want to just like say, oh, I help accountants do everything, right? You're not going to make money doing that, okay? What you want to do is you want to say, I help a very specific type of accountant do a very specific thing. And this is what one of my clients does. He helps certain types of accountants become what's known as a financial controller. And that is a very high level accounting position where you can make $200,000+ a year. And he is a financial controller himself. And so he just helps people get into the same position that he's in. And he is making a ton of money doing it, and he's absolutely crushing it. And so, it's a very specific niche. It's not just accountants, but it's a very specific type of accountant. And it's accountants that want to become a financial controller. Now, there's another thing you could do here. You could target the accounting niche, but you could say people who want to get into an entry-level accounting position. The easiest one would probably be a bookkeeper, right? Because you don't even have to have an accounting degree to become a bookkeeper. So that would be, again, a totally different problem, right? And you'd be serving a totally different market and a totally different demographic, right? And you'd be helping entry-level people become bookkeepers, right? At an entry-level remote job, possibly even level, right? And so it's very important that you have a specific market, and then you pick one specific problem in that market, and you have a solution to that problem, okay? And your solution might be unique. It might be something that you learned from your own experience, but It's something that basically what you want to think is like, hey, if I had a time machine and I could go back and tell the younger version of myself something, if I had maybe, let's say, 15 minutes or an hour to tell the younger version of myself something, what would I tell them? What would I tell them to do? And that's your specific solution right there. Okay, that's kind of the framework to find what your specific solution would be. And yeah, that's how you choose a niche, guys. And you can make this very simple just by saying, I help X. X would be a specific market. Get Y using Z. Get Y would be solving a specific problem using Z. Z would be the specific solution. Okay. And generally speaking, you want to start in these 3 cash cow niches. Okay, so there's health, wealth, and relationships. And almost all of the big companies in the world operate within these 3 niches. Okay, these are the niches where people have the most problems. Just about everyone in the world has one or more, or probably many problems when it comes to health, wealth, and relationships. And so you want to try to solve problems in these 3 general areas. So health is pretty obvious. It could be losing weight. It could be, having brain fog. It could be, skin health, et cetera, right? Wealth is also quite obvious. It could be just educating yourself, right? Investing better, saving money. It could be getting a better job. It could be starting a business, et cetera, right? So wealth is pretty obvious as well. Relationships is a little more complicated. Of course, it could be like you could be a dating coach that's very direct, like relationship thing. But it's basically any type of thing where you have relations with other human beings. So it could also be giving speeches. It could be effectively communicating. It could be being better at your job, networking, right? All those types of things. That falls under the relationship niche. And you want to start with those 3. Now, here are some sub-niches to look into. I'll let you guys screenshot this. I'll try to move this so you can kind of see it. So go ahead and screenshot this. I'm not going to go over all of these, but these are some sub-niches that have been proven. Move it away. Oh, yeah. These are some sub-niches that have been proven to have a lot of money, and people spend money in these niches, right? Right now, too. They're spending money right now. So I'll let you guys screenshot that if you want. All right. And one thing is that I like to always talk about is becoming an authentic micro authority. Man, my head is really getting in the way all the time here, huh? Becoming an authentic micro authority. So this is Seth, for instance. He helps people with something very specific. So he helps people get into a digital marketing career, and specifically a remote digital marketing career. And he only helps them get into certain types. I think there's only like 2 or 3 that he really focuses on, which is pay-per-click, SEO, and like maybe one other, right? And so it's very specific, right? Like most people probably don't want to become digital marketers, and most people shouldn't be digital marketers, but there's certain people that should be, right? People that want something, certain type of lifestyle, for instance. And that's what he helps them with. There's also... And you'll notice with Seth, his channel, the editing's not crazy, the quality's not crazy. And even though I do recommend increasing the quality a little bit, and those are some of the guidelines that we're updating in 2025, it still doesn't need to be that high, right? It doesn't need to be that good. And there's actually a study that was done where authenticity being by and large the dominant selling point in YouTubers' world. So it's actually shown that having more of a raw, authentic kind of micro authority type channel really moves the needle when it comes to people actually listening to you, trusting you, liking you, and buying from you. Because we're all used to consuming the super high production quality on TV, and it just comes across as a little bit inauthentic and kind of staged. And so people actually really enjoy just listening to other people. So just as an example, and by the way, both of these YouTubers, their production quality is more than good enough. Just as an example, this is an old grandpa who's gotten over 1 million subscribers, just setting his camera up around his ranch and just talking about life, just random stuff, just giving the younger version of himself advice, basically. And people love it. There's no edits. He just sets the camera up and he just starts yapping, basically. And people absolutely love it. Same thing with this guy, Sam Sulik. There's very little editing. He's a professional bodybuilder, and he just goes through his workouts and he just does the workouts on camera, and he doesn't hide anything. He's like, this is what I do, this is what I eat, and you literally just follow him around and you can just literally do the exact same workouts he does if you want to. And you can see, he's getting bigger, and that's what he's been doing for years to get bigger. And you can see exactly how he does the sets, how fast he does them, how many he does, et cetera, et cetera. And this is just very raw, authentic content from someone who's trying to be the best bodybuilder in the world. And you can just follow him around. And he's had insane amounts of success just by making this type of content where there's basically no editing. And it's quite basic. So these types of channels are blowing up right now. And even if you don't get a lot of views like these guys, you could still make a ton of money. In fact, some of them are very niche. These guys talk about more kind of general topics, general, health topics, general life advice topics, in the case of Dry Creek Wrangler. But if you talk about something more specific, you actually don't need to get that many views, and you can make an absolute boatload of money. Secret number 2, what not to do when you're starting or scaling a YouTube channel and how to fix these mistakes fast. So the biggest thing here, guys, is analysis paralysis. And this is going to be holding you back from getting success on YouTube, because I've seen this so many times. I mean, there's so many terms, right? Click-through rate, keywords and SEO, average watch time, editing, intros, retention, content quality, competitor analysis, saturation, upload schedule, titles, et cetera, blah, 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 right? Split testing, right? And the thing is, guys, is like, this is like I'd say 95% of that stuff does matter once you already have an audience. It does matter. But before you have an audience, or when you're small and you have like a very tiny audience, you should just ignore like 95% of this stuff. It's just a total waste of your time, and just focus on the stuff that actually matters. And if you reverse these mistakes that I'm about to show you, you'll be 100 times more likely to succeed. And that might even be like maybe 1,000 times more likely, right? So first of all, and these are the most common mistakes I see, by the way. I'm going to move my face off of here. These are literally the most common mistakes. Like, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people. I've worked with hundreds of paid people, and then I've worked with like probably thousands of people unpaid, right? And these are the most common mistakes by far. The first one is you don't upload, right? Like, if you're not uploading videos, it's impossible for you to have your channel blow up, right? So if you spend years thinking about, oh, what's the right niche? What's the right video idea? What's the right this? What's the right that? Do I have the right camera? Do I have the right mic? Do I have the right this, that? Well, of course, you're never going to have success on YouTube if you're spending years doing that. And I've literally seen people spend years thinking about this kind of thing before they start. Like, it's mind-blowing the amount of people that do this. Like, you literally could just pull your phone out right now and make your first video. You can just pull your phone out right now and make your first video, right? The barrier to entry is incredibly low. And I recommend you do that. If you're stuck on this part, just literally pull your phone out and make your first video, okay? So stop making excuses and just upload. It's just that simple. The second most common mistake I see people make, because by the way, YouTube is the most popular career. Like, they surveyed young people, and it is literally the #1 career. It's above astronaut, doctor, lawyer, pop star, actor, sports star, etc. Literally the #1 most popular career that most people want to do. So there's billions of people in the world that want to be YouTubers. And do you think billions of people are uploading? No. So they want to do it, and they literally won't even take the first step of uploading, right? The second most common thing I see people do, you're not uploading consistently. So they'll upload like one time, every 3 months or something like that. And a lot of the time, actually, when I first started, I had kind of like a YouTube buddy, and we were both like, we were both going to become YouTubers. And we partnered together, and we were accountability buddies. And he spent over 3 months making his first video. And by that same time, I'd already uploaded over a dozen videos. And his first video was better than my first video. But my 10th video, even though I was putting way less effort into it, was better than his first video that he'd uploaded by then. Why? Because I'd put in the reps. And even though I wasn't putting in 100% effort into that video, it was still better than his 100% effort when he hadn't put in the reps. Think about it. If I go to the gym with Sam Sulik, you know, he's obviously pretty buff, and I absolutely max out and I try to bench press as much as I possibly can, it's not gonna. He could probably bench press that same amount 10 times without putting any effort into it. It's like easy for him, right? Because he's gone to the gym and he's put in the reps. Okay, it's the same thing on YouTube. Like I can effortlessly make a relatively good video, whereas somebody else, you know, if they thought about it for like 3 months, their video still probably wouldn't be as good as mine because they haven't put in the reps, right? And the only way you can get good at YouTube is by uploading consistently. It's just that simple. You have to put in the reps. So what I recommend is 3 videos per week, but you can start off with 1 video per week. I think 3 videos per week is ideal. That's the ideal. I've split tested this. I've done 1 video, 2 video, 3 videos, you know, all the way up to 5 videos and 7 videos a week with clients and stuff. And 3 videos a week seems to be perfect for maximizing the amount of views you get with the amount of effort that you put in, right? So this is the absolute perfect one. You know, you could just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? 3 videos per week is what I recommend, but start off with 1 video per week, and you need to be consistent. The third most common mistake, you upload, but the ideas for the videos aren't good, okay? So this one is a really common mistake, and I respect people who are making this mistake because at least they're uploading at this point, and they're uploading consistently. So when I see that people are uploading and uploading consistently, that makes me very happy. And I'm like, all right, now it's time to move on to making sure that the videos you're uploading are actually good. And the most important thing when it comes to good videos is the idea. The idea will make or break your video. It's more important than the editing. It's more important than the thumbnail. It's more important than anything else by far. The idea is the most important thing when it comes to the chances that your video is successful. And what I recommend for this is using the icon method. Now, the icon method is something that I talk about in live streams before. Basically, a very quick way of going over what the icon method is you find videos from a small channel that are mediocre or bad, and yet they did really well. Let me repeat that. You find videos from a small channel that are either mediocre or bad, and yet they still did well. And when you identify that the actual quality of the video is mediocre or bad, right? So we're talking about bad lighting, you know, the person's face isn't lit, the face isn't in focus, you know, the audio's bad, there's messy stuff, there's a lot of stuff in the background, it's either, you know, very distracting or it's messy, just the thumbnail's really bad, has way too many words on it, et cetera, et cetera. You identify that the video itself is either mediocre or bad, and it's from a small channel, and yet it did really well. That is when you know the only thing that made that video do well is the idea of the video. And you want to steal that idea and then make a video that's actually good, okay? That is the icon method. So if you are uploading videos, but the ideas for the videos aren't good, use the icon method. Now, if you're watching this and you're an experienced YouTuber, you've got a lot of views and subscribers, you can still use the icon method, but you can actually increase your threshold for quality, and you can copy, you know, maybe bigger YouTubers, and you can also look at your past videos that are performed well. This is something we can do with AI automatically in many cases, and then get ideas from that. And that's something we teach our clients how to do. So the fourth most common thing, and by the way, a lot of the time clients are even successful YouTubers sometimes are making a lot of these mistakes, especially like the third one. The fourth most common thing, your videos don't deliver the content that people want, okay? So you are making videos with good ideas, but you're just not really giving any actual value, okay? And how to fix this is just make sure you actually deliver value in your videos. And the best way to do that is just, again, time machine. You go back in time. What could you tell yourself a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever, when you were suffering from this same problem, and you solve the problem? What would you tell yourself? If you just program your mind to think like that, you're going to deliver insanely good value in your videos, okay? The fifth most common one is you have the wrong mindset. And the right mindset is to treat YouTube like a business. The wrong mindset is to treat YouTube like a hobby, right? Because listen, If you want to make videos as a hobby, you don't have to upload them to YouTube. Why do you need to do that, right? Like I mean, if you're just treating it like a hobby, then yeah, just treat it like a hobby. That's great. But if you want to actually make money from YouTube, you need to make that distinction, because when you take something very seriously, it becomes, it becomes it could become a serious business. And on top of that, if you're doing something that you like or love and you're taking it very seriously, it's going to be work no matter what. And so you should really treat it like a business. And you can always, do things as a hobby later on, right? Like, I'll just give you an example. I like video games, but I do it as a hobby. I'm not going to try to turn me liking video games into a business, right? And yeah, some people out there have done that, but it's insanely competitive. There's like billions of people that want to do that, right? So I treat that as a hobby, and I keep it like a hobby, and it's great because it's a great way for me to blow off steam and be less stressed out, and that's great. But when it comes to YouTube, you want to treat it like a business. I mean, you're helping people solve their problems out there. You need to take that seriously. And yeah, so you have the wrong mindset. You're treating it like a hobby. Treat it like a business, okay? The sixth most common thing, you don't follow a proven process, okay? And all you have to do is just follow my process, and it's basically impossible to fail. Specifically, the evolution method in my process. So the evolution method is a way of trying out different video ideas, and then whichever ones do the best, you do more of that type of video idea, and then you kind of just make a few little changes to it. Much in the same way that evolution works. Birds have different shapes of their beak, and because of the different shape of their beak, this bird is good at fishing, that bird is good at, digging worms out of the ground, this other bird is good at getting, maggots out of trees or whatever, et cetera, right? It's just because the change in their beak shape, right? And that's the evolution method. You just change things up a little bit, and then eventually you're going to find your niche. You're going to find the thing that's just perfect for you within the ecosystem of whatever niche you're in YouTube. So yeah, use the icon method for video ideas. We kind of talked about this. Here's an icon example. The most worthless college majors. This is a video I found probably like 4 or 5 years back. And I made this video, the most useless degrees. And you can see his face was not in focus. First of all, the thumbnail is a still shot of the video. That's the first thing that's wrong. That's bad. Don't do that. The door is in better focus than his face, right? His face is not in focus. The audio was awful. It looked like it was recorded with a 90s VHS camcorder. And he was also drunk, drinking alcohol, and ranting during the video with no edits and no cuts. It was just really objectively bad video. And it was from a small channel, about 10K subscribers. So what did I do? I stole the idea from the video and nothing else. I changed the title, I changed the thumbnail, and I made an actually good video. At least it was good for me at the time. And it blew up, right? It got millions and millions of views. And another thing you want to do, guys, is use the holy trifecta on every video. So once you've found an idea that's good with the icon method, then you want to use the holy trifecta. So this is the title, thumbnail, and intro. Okay, so this is kind of like the marketing for your video, right? This is the packaging of your video. And these three things really need to be congruent with each other. And this is a mistake that I see people make all the time, where their thumbnail is not congruent with their title. And this is what really kills the marketing of their video. So at this point, you've got a good idea. So it's kind of like having a good product, because you have an idea that people actually care about, and it's a problem they want to be solved. But then you would need to make sure that your marketing is good, because you could have a great product, but if your marketing sucks, then nobody's going to see it. So make sure your title, thumbnail, and intro are good. And here's an example. Here's a couple examples. So it's this one again. You can see that my face is shocked here, and that is congruent with the title, the most useless degrees. It's almost like I'm warning somebody, hey, it's probably not a good idea to swim across a crocodile-infested river, ... right? It's like I'm sending a text to a friend and I'm warning them. That's the vibe of this title. And then the thumbnail has a very similar vibe. It's like degrees to avoid with a shocked face, right? So you can see that this is congruent. The thumbnail is congruent with the title. That's very important. And then if you watch the intro is congruent with the thumbnail and title too, because first thing people see is the thumbnail. Second thing people see is the title. And the third thing people see is the intro, right? And that's why they decide if they're going to watch the video or not. And then top 10 college majors that are actually worth it. You can see that this word actually adds a lot of weight to it, right? Actually is a really powerful word. And you can kind of see I'm like, I'm like cheersing the camera right here. I guess I'll put myself back here. I'm cheersing the camera and I'm giving like a little cheeky smile to the camera. It's almost like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like, cheersing the, I think it's in The Great Gatsby. I think you guys know what I mean, right? But it's that meme where he's like cheersing. I kind of did that, but with a coffee cup and just like a little cheeky smile here. And then the top 10 college majors that are actually worth it, right? So it's almost like I'm sharing something like that. It's like an insider secret that people don't know, right? And that's the vibe that this video gives off. And you can see that the thumbnail is congruent with the title. Now let's talk about the minimum standard for video quality. Your face is in focus. It's not blurry. Your face is well lit. It's not dark. Is your face in the middle or upper middle of the screen? And this is, of course, if you're doing a talking head video. So you can see if this was a talking head video, my face is in the upper middle part of the screen. It's not down here, or anything like that, or down here, something like that. It's in the upper middle part. Another one that works is if you're kind of off to the side here. This is really attractive to the eye because of the rule of thirds. So you can be off to the side here, but usually you'll if you are off to the side, you'll kind of position your body a little bit, kind of like this, and then you'll look at the camera, and then stuff will pop up here, right? So it's kind of like a news anchor style. Is your video clear? Not pixelated. That's important. Is your audio, it's especially important now that most people are watching on their TVs. Is your audio captured clearly with minimal background noise? That's a very important one. Actually, people will sometimes forgive you for the video stuff, but if your audio is bad, they will click off the video immediately, okay? And then is your background messy or distracting? I see people that have like messy beds in their background. That's not good. I see other times I'll see people who have like lots of like flashing lights, like, oh my goodness, flashing crazy, crazy, crazy in the background. That's also not good. You don't want that. Okay, you don't want your background to be messy or distracting. And we fixed some of these basic things with this guy here who was, Josiah, who was uploading to YouTube for years, and he'd never had a single video get above 100,000 views. As you can see, guys, this is the one where his average video was it got so few views that it didn't even show up when this video took off. Like this is the bottom part right here. Right, this is where it shows the average video. You can't even see it on the screen because his average views were so low, right? And within a month of working with us, he had a video that blew up to 177K views. And it's literally just because we changed a few of these things that we were talking about. He was making these mistakes, right? And he'd been doing YouTube for years and years, guys, and he was making those mistakes. He was a multi-million-dollar business owner too. He had a huge business run off of YouTube, and he was still making these mistakes. And we just changed up a few things and absolutely blew his business up. This is another one. He was a complete beginner. And YT revenue is about 5K a month. So we got him to 5K a month extremely fast. This is another one. Last month at 150K profit. Basically, YT ads, affiliate commissions, paying all expenses. So all course sales were net. Was pulling 30K a month when they started working with us. Now they're making 150K a month. And yeah, it's not just, you were talking about like affiliate marketing and YT ads and stuff like that. It's not just that, guys. You can sell high ticket products and services. You can sell agency services, resume. You could like do people's resumes if you're helping them become financial controllers. There's businesses that charge $5,000 for a good resume, right? Especially if you're trying to get into a really high level position like financial controller, and you can do that, right? So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, like there's some people from LA, like, hey, I'm a lawyer in LA and I make really good money. Well, guess what? You could help other people become lawyers and make really good money too. There's so many different options for ways that you can make money on YouTube. There's basically infinite niches, and it's never going to end, right? The niches are never going to end because The only way the niche is within is if all problems ever are solved. And that's probably never going to happen, right? So there's always going to be problems that need to be solved. And so therefore, there's always going to be educational niches on YouTube. Secret number 3, how I'd help YouTubers scale or build their YouTube channel in real time. So see what I'm doing and install these tips to grow your channel ASAP. So there's a couple people here that I like to give as an example. These are people who actually submitted their channel to be reviewed. So here's what your channel should not look like. So you see here, Matt Tran. The first thing that pops into my head, and again, these people submitted their channels to be kind of roasted here, so I'm gonna be a little blunt and straightforward, but it's for constructive reasons. Is he kind of looks like an Ali Abdaal clone? And first of all, what do you guys think is wrong with these two channels, based on what you've heard? Let's start with Matt Tran. What do you think is wrong with these channels, based on what I've already told you? Go ahead and comment. Okay. Okay. Looks bored in the thumbnail. Okay. Don't tell you the solution they provide. Yep. Okay. Title and thumbnail don't really match. All right. All right. By the way, this is really small. I think this should not be this small. We should have made this 2 separate slides. The name is not readable in the banner on the second one. Okay. Let's start with the first one. Matt Tran first. Not consistent text, 4 videos. Okay. So there you go. Okay. So again, guys, let's start off with the most common mistakes to the least common mistakes. Is he uploading? Yes or no? Yes, he is uploading. Is he uploading consistently? Nope. 1 year ago. Okay. So it's like, this guy submitted his channel to be reviewed. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean here, but it's like, he's not uploading consistently. So of course he's not getting views. Of course. You know, like what did you think was going to happen? It's like, you don't go to the gym and then your muscles don't get bigger. Like, did you think your muscles were just going to magically grow if you don't go to the gym? Like, of course you're not getting views if you're not uploading, right? So he's not uploading consistently. So that's a big problem. But let's just pretend like he was. Okay, let's pretend like he was uploading consistently. I think a big problem here is I don't see the value proposition of this channel. So what does his channel actually help people do? Be better every day? What? I think everybody in the entire world wants to be better every day. That's way too broad. It's not niche enough. He needs to be helping a very specific type of person do a very specific thing. What it looks like he is doing, and by the way, this is so common, is it looks like he's kind of trying to be an Ali Abdaal clone. Okay? Even like the way he takes the thumbnails and everything, it kind of reminds me of Ali Abdaal's channel, right? And that is something that so many people do, is they see this big YouTuber and they're like, I'm going to copy the big YouTuber. And that is a massive mistake, especially when it comes to the video ideas, because Ali Abdaal already has a massive audience. And what you should do instead, and because of the fact that he has a massive audience, he can make any content he wants. And what you should do instead is copy what Ali Abdaal did when he first started his channel. And when he first started his channel, what did he do? He made videos on how to pass a very specific test that only doctor students in the UK take. How specific is that? It's a test that not just only doctors take, not just only medical professionals, not just only doctors, but only doctors that are students in a very specific year in the UK take. Right? So I think it's like they're applying to medical school. It's kind of like the MCAT, but for the UK, essentially. Right? That is how specific he was when he first made his channel. Okay? He did not start off by making general, productivity and study advice or anything like that. He started off incredibly specific. And so what Matt's doing here is it looks like he's kind of copying Ali Abdal, and he's trying to make these really broad content ideas when in reality he needs to start off with a very specific niche. And the easiest way to do that is just to think of the problems that you had in the past and then solve those problems for the younger version of yourself. Okay? And so that's the besides him not regularly uploading, his ideas are bad, right? Clearly he's not using the icon method for ideas because he's trying to copy a big channel, not a small channel. Okay, if you copy a small channel and you just copy the idea, but then you make everything best, preferably with a video that's either bad or mediocre, you're going to have like 100 times more likely chance to blow up. Okay, so that is very important. Now let's talk about Grant Plug. What do you think her problem is? Go ahead and look at her channel and go through that that checklist that we did earlier. The 8 most common things that people mess up on. Okay. Yeah, by the way, people are saying can't read too small. Next time, do not put these on the same slide, guys. Make a note of that. Make sure that these are on separate slides next time. Yeah, we got to split these slides up. I agree, this is way too small. Okay. Okay. Channel banner title does not provide a clear value proposition. Yes. Yeah, I would agree. So it looks like she's talking about getting grants. So I'm guessing she is helping people get grants. But then she's making videos on all kinds of different things, remote jobs, like work from home, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it's like there's definitely value proposition disparity there for sure. She's not making her value proposition clear enough. I totally agree, Stephanie. Not consistent thumbnails. Yes, yeah. Not only are the thumbnails not consistent, but it's way too busy. Yeah, good job, Michael. That's exactly it. These thumbnails have way too many words in the title. You go back and you look at the thumbnails that I recommended. 3 words and 0 words on the thumbnails, right? She's got we'll look at that first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it's also over the timestamp, which is not great. So that's 11 words, might even be 12. I can't tell with the timestamp. This one here, we've got 1 word in the top left, new, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even that's like quite a bit, right? Then here we've got 1 new in the bottom left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 words. Way too many words. I recommend 4 words absolutely maximum. Now, when I say 4 words maximum, that does not mean 4 words. That means 4 words maximum. And really, you should do the least amount of words possible to convey what you want to convey with the thumbnail. Okay? So less words is better. And I've extensively split test this. Now, to be fair to Matt, his thumbnails are actually decent. He's doing a pretty good job with the thumbnails, I would say. His thumbnails are good enough, you know? With that being said, he's targeting like way too broad of an audience here. He needs to be much more specific with his value proposition, exactly who he helps and exactly how he helps them. I help X do Y by Z. So here's what your channel should look like. This is a guy, he's like kind of a new YouTuber that he submitted as well. These are great thumbnails he's making here, right? Very clear face here. His value proposition is quite clear. He helps small YouTubers. How to create a killer YouTube short to blow up your channel. I bought 1,000 real YouTube subscribers. Just really, really interesting stuff. You can tell he's making videos that are proven. He's got great thumbnails. He's consistently uploading. It's like at least once a week he's uploading. This is great. And that's why his channel is doing better. So I wasn't surprised when he submitted this that his channel is doing better because he's checking all the boxes. Okay, and once you set this up the right way, guys, like my students did, your channel can blow up just like this. So this is when the students started working with us around here, and this is their channel blowing up, basically immediately after working with us. Because most people are making these little mistakes, and they might be doing one thing right. Like for the example with Matt, I think his thumbnails are good, but he might be thinking, oh, my thumbnails aren't good enough. I need to spend more time on my thumbnails. And that's why when you actually have an expert who looks at your stuff, they can tell you, actually, your thumbnails are pretty good. You don't need to spend any more time on them. Your thumbnails are good enough. What you need to do is spend more time on this, this, and this, right? And this is exactly what my students have in common. Usually, a student will come to me, they're working with me, and they might be doing 9 out of 10 things right, but it's that 10th thing that's holding them back. And so I just tell them like, hey, you need to work on this. And that's why you see it goes from here, not getting any views, to immediately getting a ton of views. It's because we usually just dialed one thing in, and that's all they needed. And then they just blew up, 907% more views than usual in the last 28 days. And then same thing here. Your channel got this student, they were basically getting no views. And then all of a sudden they started working with us, and their channel absolutely blew up. 725,000 views. Which was twice as much as they'd got before that. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. All of these clients were not happy with the amount of views they were getting. And, for me, views don't really even matter. The thing that really matters is the back-end monetization. And that's what we really pay attention to, because you could be like Boogie2988, be getting millions of views a month and not making any money, right? So what we really care about is the back-end monetization. Here's another client. I just hit my first 10K within 18 days of launch. I don't even have 1K subs yet. This is nuts. Thank you, man. There you go. Here's another client. I gave my notice at work, feeling fantastic. Just send a little meme there, little GIF, whatever. And I'm going to have so much freed up mental energy, 6 more weeks or so. Bro, I'm pretty sure I made over 20K from this video, right? Brand new immature course has over 1,200 students now. We're doing, you set me up with a chat with them, all good. We do 40 to 70K per month. So this was me setting them up with a scriptwriter and asking them how much they're doing now, 40 to 70K per month. For YouTube, 32K from our channel. If helpful, you can mention that we were doing less than 4K per month. So it went from 4K per month to 32K per month with their channel. All streams minus the 9 to 5 made about $40,000 last month. April revenue streams brought in $161,000. This client here, let's see. This client has been pretty flat around $1 million a month. It's just like rich people problems, right? So we got stuck around $1 million a month. I will likely clear 100K gross for April, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see all the way from clients making their first 5K a month all the way up to clients doing $1 million a month, right? We've helped people in all different types of situations on YouTube. And it's because we teach you how to run YouTube like a business from the very beginning, right? So whether you're a beginner just starting, we're going to teach you the right way to do YouTube so we don't have to clean up a bunch of stuff later on. And we're going to save you a bunch of time, effort, and money. Or if you're someone who's already crushing it on YouTube, we are going to teach you the right way to do YouTube as well. And there's probably a few things that you are not doing right that you need to dial in. And once those things get dialed in, your results absolutely explode, okay? And what we've done is basically created a semi-passive income machine that generates money even while you sleep. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. Every time you make a video, it's like you created a soldier. It's like a little soldier that 24/7, its only job in life is to go out and make you money. All the time, 24/7, that's the only thing it cares about, is to go out and make you money. It's like you bought a little house or a little soldier, and it's just going to make you money for the next 15 years, right? Who knows? YouTube might even last longer than that. Who knows, right? YouTube videos, like it's only 15 years old, and there's still YouTube videos. Like the first YouTube video is still getting like 1 million views a month. The first YouTube video ever uploaded like 18 years ago, right? So for all we know, they could still be getting views 40 years from now, right? But it's a semi-passive income machine that generates money even while you sleep. And quite literally, your videos do all of the work for you. So at this point, I've told you some of the most important things, but what if you and I could trade places? What if we could swap? And this means that you don't have to worry about attracting subscribers, the competition, or saturation, because we would tell you the exact niche that you should be in and the exact sub niche you should be in and who you should be serving. You don't have to worry about being charismatic or extroverted, stress about creating high quality videos, know about SEO optimization and algorithms, constantly come up with content ideas that suck, spend hours every day creating content when you could be living your life, yet day by day, month after month, the revenue just keeps coming in like clockwork while you work less than 1 hour per week. This could happen, right? When I was in Thailand a few months ago, I spent 1 day working on my channel in an 8-week period. 1 day. So I think I did about 6 hours of work or so that day. In an eight-week period, all I did was work 1 day on my channel. Okay? So that's about 1 hour per week. Now, when you first start, you're going to be spending more time than that on your channel. But that's what you can get it down to once you have the system set up. And you can do whatever you want because the choice is yours. This is me in Vancouver, British Columbia. This is me in Tokyo. This is me in Singapore, right? I've been able to travel the world because I have a remote business. It doesn't just give me financial freedom, but it also gives me time and location freedom as well. So why am I doing this? Well, there's a $600 billion content creation gold mine that's waiting for all of us. And so many people, so many niches out there are not being taken care of. I'll just give you an example. Something that I've struggled with for years is brain fog. I've had really bad brain fog as an entrepreneur for years. And I saw an offer, I think this was just a few months ago, I saw an offer where somebody was helping entrepreneurs and CEOs have more energy and focus by curing their brain fog. And it's just like, I almost just pulled out my credit card right there, just with the title alone, right? I was just like, this is, and that's just an example, guys. Like, that is an example of a good niche that, I almost didn't even have to watch any of their content or anything. Just that title alone made me almost want to pull my credit card out, right? And that's the thing, is there's so many people out there that have very specific problems, and they need help with those problems. And these are problems that you have had yourself in the past. And if you have solved the problem for yourself, then you can help other people solve the problem. And all you have to do is just ask yourself, if I had a time machine and I could go back in time and help my former self, solve this problem, could I have done it faster or better, or maybe, made more money or something if it's in the make money online niche? And the answer is probably yes. You probably could have solved the problem way faster, way better, and you probably could have made more money, or did it better in some way. Okay, so you can help if you can solve. If you've had problems in the past that you've solved, if life has given you lemons, you can turn it into lemonade and help other people solve those same exact problems. And I need partners, guys. There's so many people out there that need help with all kinds of different niches. There's so many amazing niches out there. I even see niches all the time where I'm just like, if someone was in this niche, they would be printing money. They'd be making crazy amounts of money, but nobody's doing it, right? One example is there's very specific types of cybersecurity jobs that are in massively high demand. And there's nobody there to teach people how to get into those jobs. And there's no traditional routes to get into those jobs, right? But they're in massive demand. If you even have a tiny little bit of skill in these cybersecurity jobs, you can get a really good job, right? And you have to be an American citizen as well. So it's like safe from outsourcing, right? So examples like that. I see these things all the time, and I'm just like, there is so much opportunity out there, and I need partners because I can't do it all on my own. Ordinary people, agency owners, business owners, coaches, consultants, service providers, anyone who wants to give more value to the world and give life-changing results to more people. So option number one is take what you learn from my free trainings, resources, try to get it working for yourself. If you just take what you learned today, just from what you learned today, you're probably ahead of 99% of people out there. Because just like what we saw, people make the same mistakes over and over again. And oftentimes they're very simple mistakes. This did take me like 7 years and 5 failed YouTube channels to master though. It took me a long time to master, right? So I recommend that you don't reinvent the wheel, and instead, option 2, you take the swap right now, and I handhold you for the next 6 months. No more guessing. I'll work with you to help you achieve this yourself. So basically, this would be a situation where my team and I, we handhold you through the entire process, selecting the right niche, making the right content, making that content the right way, and making it all sustainable so that you can make more content, get more views, and actually make money from your channel. Okay? No more guessing. I'll help you to achieve this yourself. And I'm sure that you know this is not for everyone, right? I only want to work with certain types of people that are very serious about making it work on YouTube, because my time is precious. I can't spend my time with everyone. I only have a certain amount of time. And so I can only handhold about 3 to 5 people at a time. So I can only work with a very small amount of people at a time in order to give them the attention that they need in order to get results, right? So I can only handhold about 3 to 5 people. And you deserve to have my team and I's full commitment. So would it be helpful if we talk about your situation and the challenges you're facing to start a 7 to 8 figure YouTube business that takes only 1 hour per week? Let me know. Comment below. We're going to go ahead and drop a link to sign up for a call. We're going to drop it in the Zoom chat, and we're going to drop it on the YouTube group too. And let me know if this would be helpful. And together, let me get my face out of here. And together we will duplicate my business over to you so that you can make your first 10K plus in less than 90 days. That is our goal. We try to get people to 10K in 90 days. The record is 10K in 18 days. Okay, so that's the record from a brand new channel. If you're not a brand new channel, you could probably get there a little bit faster, but that is the record. And you can also scan this QR code to book a free strategy call. As you can see, some of you might be watching this on TV, so we got a nice QR code for you to scan here. And hopefully that works. Let me know, actually, let me know if this QR code works as well. Because this is the first time we're doing this on a live. So Kevin says, I'm definitely interested. I love doing YouTube and my woodworking. There's woodworking courses out there that are making millions of dollars a month. So yeah, woodworking is actually a really good niche to get into. Max, and also Jesus was a carpenter. So there's that. So Max says, should we provide consistency in uploading before signing up for your coaching? Listen, I've worked with people who haven't uploaded a single video. I've worked with people who have uploaded literally hundreds and hundreds of videos. So it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you're going to learn a lot faster if you learn it right from the beginning. So either one works. David says, it does work, Shane. Awesome. Thank you, David. So we will drop that link in there. There's only a few spots. We actually only have a few spots even to do the demos as well, the strategy sessions. So we can only take a few people. Rachel says, subscribe. You're motivating me to upload that video I never uploaded a year ago. Love it, Rachel. That's awesome. Let's see. Already a student. Highly recommend it. Awesome. For some reason, I can't see who that came from. Alex, thanks, man. Love it, love it. Let's see. Josie says, where can I sign up and learn about YouTube? It's a QR code that's literally on the screen right now. Let me see. Oh, we gotta do the link too. We can't just do the QR code. We gotta have the link on there. Where's the link? Yeah, can we? Yeah, we'll drop the link again. Just click the link or scan the QR code. Yeah, it's go.shanehummus.com/coaching. Let me see here. What is your opinion of live streams? Do they hurt or help a channel? I think, listen, I am extremely bullish on live streams for the future. I think that now it depends on the niche. Okay, for right now it depends on the niche. I'm super bullish for the future of live streams. I think that live streams are absolutely going to be the future because they're interactive content. And interactive content is going to be the future, right? Like people are gonna, we saw how popular Twitch is. That's usually more for entertainment content, but I think that interactive educational content is 100% going to be the future. So I'm extremely bullish on that. When it starts working really well for a lot of different channels, I will absolutely update you guys. Right now, I see it working well for finance channels, like educational finance channels, trading channels. So it's starting to work for in some niches, but not in all niches when it comes to education. But when it does start to work, which I absolutely 100% expect it to, I will let you guys know. Kat says, oh yeah, whoops, Rachel said that. Let's see. Stephanie says, I have a few ideas for niches channels and I am not sure where to start or if they need to be separate channels or if they can be consolidated. Start by signing up with for a call, Stephanie. Like that's why you need help from people who know what they're doing, because people get stuck in that state where they're like, I have a few ideas, niches, that kind of thing. But I just don't know where to start. People get stuck there for years. I've seen people get stuck there for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and they're just in analysis paralysis, right? So just talk to somebody who, I literally work with people in like hundreds of different niches, and I have my thumb on the pulse, my finger on the pulse of like thousands of different niches, right? So I know what niches are working, what's getting views but not making money. Like I know what is working, right? I'm able to just see that, and so I can tell you what if with pretty high probability if I think it would work for you or not. Kevin, May will be 2 years from me. I've only missed maybe 3 weeks in that, and was working on a video before this started. Okay, Kevin, sign up for a call, man. You probably are doing like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 things right, and you just need that one thing dialed in. That's it. Does your system work in the UK? Absolutely, of course. Yes, it works everywhere. It does work better in English-speaking first world countries because people have more disposable income in those countries, so the AdSense higher, et cetera. So it works much better in English-speaking first world countries. Top 5, but eventually it'll start working in every country. Like that'll definitely happen at some point. But right now it works better in English-speaking countries. Top 5. So you suggest that you offer a service for the business side of YouTube as opposed to monetize YouTube the YouTube way. You can offer a service. You can do agency. You can do coaching. You can do a build and release offer. You could even sell, like a mid-ticket course. I have some clients that are crushing it doing that. But I usually recommend starting off by offering a service or one-on-one coaching. That's typically going to be, first of all, it's going to get the client that you're working with much better results than just selling a course, for instance. They've done studies on selling courses, and even a good course, you're lucky if 5% of people get results. And that's a phenomenal course, right? The average course, less than 1% of people get results because it's not interactive. Who wants to spend 30 hours just staring at their screen watching videos trying to implement stuff? It's not interactive, right? Coaching, on the other hand, gets really, really good results. There's been certain studies on like personal training, for instance, which is a type of coaching, and a significant percentage, over 50% of people get results with coaching, right? So if you buy a workout course at home, less than 1%, and if you hire a personal trainer like a coach, over 50% of people get results, right? So it's just like ridiculously a higher percentage of people. So yeah, I recommend coaching not only because you make more money, but also because you're actually going to get clients results. And then guess what? You get testimonials. And then when you get testimonials, it's much easier to sell your stuff, right? So it's a virtuous cycle. Top 5. So you suggest that you offer a service for the business side of YouTube as opposed to monetize YouTube the YouTube way. You do both. You do both. You make money from AdSense. I showed you guys last month was 70K just from AdSense alone. But then you also sell coaching products, services, etc., and you can make even more money doing that. Top 5. So you suggest the let's see. Silver says, do these steps also apply to faceless YouTube? By the way, guys, scan the screen for a free strategy call. You can use the QR code here. Also, click the link, which we'll put in the chat and also the live chat on YouTube group. Do these steps also apply for faceless YouTubers? So Silver, yeah, a lot of the stuff that we teach does apply to faceless YouTube channels. I think it's generally speaking, it's just easier to sell stuff to people if you have a personal brand. But a lot of the stuff we teach absolutely applies to Facebook or faceless YouTube brands. Kevin, doing that right now. Awesome. Love it, Kevin. We'll talk to you on the call. Meritage, Shane, I have a great niche. I have to wait until the end of June to go live. Can I upload videos and not go live? I can start making them now and release 3 a week by the end of June. Why do you have to wait until June to go live? Yeah, I mean, I would just start uploading stuff as soon as possible, Meritage. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm sorry? For legal purposes. Where is that?
Right down below.
Oh, for legal purposes. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give you legal advice. Sorry, Meritage. But yeah, just upload them as soon as you can. That's my advice. YouTube, The World of Bliss. What if you do comedy? Yeah, so yeah, you can definitely do comedy, but what you'd want to do is teach people how to do comedy. Teach people how to write better jokes. Teach people how to have good stage presence. And these are very specific niches, right? So it's not just teaching people how to do comedy, teaching people how to write better jokes, teaching people how to have better stage presence, teaching people how to do XYZ, these things that you potentially struggled with or other people struggled with in the past, right? So that's the whole point is you can talk, like I could even go into the video gaming niche and let's just say I'm a professional Call of Duty player. I could teach people how to be better at Call of Duty. But the whole point is it's educating people, right? It's not entertaining. You can entertain a little bit, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, you're trying to solve problems and educate people. P. Freely, what about craft niches? Absolutely. There are people that are crushing it teaching people how to do crafts. Now, that is one of the few cases where I would actually probably recommend to sell a course is for crafts because it's such a mass market thing now that courses would likely work better for those. Got my Diet Coke here. Yeah, craft niches are amazing. Woodworking, for instance, just as an example, there's been offers that have made $1 million a month with woodworking. Yeah, it's a great niche to go into. Do you recommend affiliate marketing? Absolutely, love affiliate marketing. I think it's a great way to make money on YouTube. Let's see here. IL254. I've struggled for a long time to figure out the niche. Yeah, I mean, stop struggling. Book a call. What can I say, right? Limited time slots are available. And actually, I was going to show you guys. Here's a few more clients. I worked with Antoine. He went from burning out and earning $0 to making $100K per month. I was struggling with content creation burnout because I was working a full-time job. I'm also a husband and I'm a father. I also run a channel. I also run a business. So things are quite busy. He's a very busy guy. Okay. He also has a very successful career. And we helped him make it to 100K per month on YouTube. Nicole, first started working with her. She was about 85 subscribers. And now she's making over 85K per month. And she says, I was going to give up on YouTube and earning from it seemed like a pipe dream. And she said, he's really good at figuring out what your skills are and how you can turn your YouTube channel into a system that can work for you. Thomas went from 100K per month to 835K per month. We've been on YouTube for 7 years, having 200K subs, but had trouble monetizing the channel. We were losing our subs, publishing different types of content that didn't fit with our audience. So he absolutely crushing it now too. And let me read some more questions here. Gavin, these are great. You really motivate me to get started. Well, do it, man. Absolutely. Get started. Probably non-compete. Yeah, maybe, potentially. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give legal advice. Guys, sorry about that. Patricia, how could you YouTube Premium affect AdSense revenue? How could YouTube Premium affect AdSense revenue? Doesn't really. I mean, you get paid from YouTube Premium too. So I get paid every month from YouTube Premium and AdSense. It's actually added into the AdSense revenue. Silver says for the one-to-one, what's included in the call? We go over your current situation. We figure out what your goal is. We help you figure out how you're going, like a plan on how you're going to get from your current situation to your desired situation, your goal. And then we see if we're a good fit to work together or not. Meritage says can you upload and not go live? Yeah, you can upload and then just put it as private. You can upload and put it as private. Yep. Kevin Kraft, that's mine. I love woodworking from small to big. Yep. Woodworking is a good one. Brian Carpenter, what do you think of faceless YouTube? I prefer personal brand because it's just easier to establish yourself as an authority. People trust personal brands. People are more willing to buy stuff from personal brands. And if you don't believe me, just think of your own purchasing decisions in the past. Have you ever made a purchasing decision based off of a faceless channel? Probably not. Have you ever made a purchasing decision based off of a personal brand channel where it's another human being? Probably hundreds of times, right? So just look at your own buying behavior and you can see why personal brand is usually a better idea. I don't like it, Brian. When I started showing my face, I got a lot more views. Yep. And it's also easier to get views. Yep, there's that too. Yes, teaching people is the way forward. However, most people are not good with talking or holding a convo. What holds them back? Yeah. Yep. And you can like basically niche down on like what is holding them back. Is it trauma? Is it anxiety? Is it, XYZ, right? And you can help them solve that problem. Furja, so basically teaching is a better way to make money from YouTube. I'm a creative person. I can teach lots of digital and traditional art. My main focus these days is digital sculpting and modeling. Oh yeah, that's a great thing to teach. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, Unreal Engine, just as an example, you could teach Unreal Engine. I mean, there's like billion-dollar businesses that are built off of Unreal Engine. My neighbor next door is creating a game right now using Unreal Engine, right? So you could absolutely teach people how to use Unreal Engine and make a ton of money. So yeah. For the clients you showed earlier, are these people teaching in their niche? Yeah, almost invariably they are. Yeah, they're teaching. Yeah, they're making educational channels. Yep. Good point. Say meritage like heritage. Meritage like heritage. Hey, okay, meritage. Okay, guys. So a few slots left. Go ahead, book a call. I guess I'll just do a quick little Q&A. Let me see how long we have here. Yeah, we got about a few minutes left here, guys. So we'll do a quick little Q&A, and just go ahead, ask me some questions. You got me for a few more minutes. And by the way, is the QR code working? Did anyone try that? Okay. Ill254 says, do views need to be in the millions to make good money? Absolutely not. We showed a couple examples earlier of people with tiny channels. I'll give you guys the most extreme example. Of course, I don't reveal the niches of my clients, but I'll just give you an example. There's one client I work with. He is a recruiter for a very specific position that's quite difficult to fill, and yeah, I can't really give any more information or else I'll give away the niche. But basically, it's a very difficult position to fill. And he makes these very simple Loom videos. He gets like 100 views per video on YouTube, and he's making 2 million. He made 2 million last year from YouTube, right? So he gets like 100 views per video, probably like, I don't know, 5,000 views a month or something, something like that, very tiny amount. And he made $2 million from YouTube last year. So yeah, you do not need to get a lot of views. You do not need to get millions of views to make good money. Jill says, I've had a successful 30-year career in project management and love to mentor. Is that able niche? Absolutely, 100%. Project management is a great career to get into. You might find, Jill, and this is why you should probably work with somebody like us, you might find that you need to get more specific. right? So it might need to be tech project management or something along those lines. So you might need to get more specific, or it might be entry level project management or a higher help current project managers get to a higher level of project management. So you might find that you need to get more specific than that, but absolutely, project management is a phenomenal career to get into. So there's definitely niches out there for that. Irene says I used the link also. So anyone been able to use the QR code and it worked? Let me know, guys, if anyone's been able to use the QR code, not the link, but the QR code. Ben says, in regards to monetization, what's the ratio of AdSense, paid brand sponsorships, and channel product service related to revenue? Oh, it just depends. It depends on the channel. If it's a mass market channel, probably they're going to be making most of their money from sponsorships and affiliates, or selling their own product. If it's a more of a niche channel, then they're definitely going to be making most of their money from selling their own products. YouTube IP freely. This was informative and helpful. Awesome. QR code works. All right. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. What if we don't have ideas to get started or know multiple things but master of none? Well, first of all, chances are you are actually a master of something. You just haven't gotten niche enough to realize that. There's this thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people that are actually quite good at things have lower confidence than people who are not good at the things. So you actually probably have mastered some things, or you're at a higher level than 99% of people. You just can't identify it because you don't have a guide to help you, basically. Janny McGee says, this might be off topic, but I'm a business econ major. What should I do? I'm currently doing content creation. Business econ major. Well, I can't tell you what to do, Janny, just from that information. But you could definitely make content on business econ. You could make content on how to get a internship as a business econ major, or internship in maybe a certain type of career that a lot of people want to get into, like management consulting or something like that. That's kind of the general line that we would go down. But I wouldn't tell you what to do without knowing more information about you. That's why it has to be interactive. So sign up for a call. What if we don't have ideas to get started or know multiple things but master? Oh yeah, I already read that. Stephanie, is a brand required to start a channel? What about the business side of things, like incorporating? Is that better to do sooner rather than later? Oh yeah, yeah. You don't have to incorporate until later. Don't worry about that until you're actually making money. Once you start making money, that's when you incorporate. And I think you can even make up to like, don't quote me on this, guys. I'm not, like I said, not a lawyer, but I think you can make up to like 5,000, 10,000 a year before you even need to even think about incorporating. So yeah, don't even worry about that. Is a brand required to start a channel? You don't need a brand to start a channel, no. Most people just start it with like a personal brand, just their name, and you don't even have to use their full name. You could even just use your middle name or a nickname or something like that. Kevin, I'm a master of none and it hasn't stopped me. Just be confident, and if you end up being wrong, own it. See, people say they're a master of none, but it's like, if you're just decent at several different skills and they're the right different skills, then that actually does make you niche, right? Because you combine your expertise in several different skills, and the combination of those three things actually makes it a niche, right? So, yeah, chances are everyone watching this is a master of many different things. You're just not realizing it. Ferja, QR works. All good on the typo. Brian says, yes, it works. It works. Awesome. Michael says, is explainer a niche? I watch and enjoy a lot of YouTubers who talk about a variety of topics, maybe science or history or weirdness. Yeah, that's more on the, Michael, that's more on the entertainment side, to be completely honest with you. I guess you could argue that it's educational, but a lot of those ones are a little bit more on the entertainment side. It is quite difficult to sell high or even medium ticket products with those channels, and typically you have to sell very low ticket products. Just as an example, there's a channel called it's actually got a really weird name. It's like Kajurgistat or something like that. You know the one I'm talking about? Kigerstad or something. It's got a really weird name, but they've got over 10 million subscribers, and they sell a calendar, right? That's the low ticket product they sell. It's like a really pretty calendar. It's cool, but yeah, it's like you have to sell like really weird low ticket stuff to make those explainer channels work. I don't typically recommend it, honestly. I think more how to is better, but you could definitely make it work. People make it work. Pamela says, I found a great vitamin company that does affiliate marketing. Do I need to be monetized by YouTube before placing it on my channel? Also, what exactly is monetization? Monetization is you make money. Monetize, you make money. Yeah, vitamin companies, for sure. There's lots of those. You don't need to be monetized on YouTube before placing it on your channel. Absolutely not. No, you don't need to. You can make money before you hit 1,000 subscribers, before you're officially monetized. IL254 QR is working. Oh. Also, how does someone make millions from YouTube by only getting a few thousand views? By selling a high ticket product. So in the case of that recruiter, every time he places somebody with a company, he makes, tens of thousands of dollars, because it's a very rare niche position that is extremely hard to find good people for, people that have experience. Silver Rose, I currently don't have a source of income. I lost my job a few months ago. Is there a way to work on this course without paying, or maybe a plan or agreement of sort? We have ways that we work things out with people, but you do need to at least have an initial payment. But we do try to work with people depending on their circumstances, but you have to have at least an initial payment. So yeah, sign up for a slot, and we'll see if we can work with you. All right, guys, that's it. It's almost 30 here, so I went a little bit past time, but good call, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. How did everyone enjoy the new set? Was this better than the old kitchen set with the kitchen in the background? Let me know what you guys thought. Was this new set a little bit better? Gavin says he likes the kitchen better. Okay. The new sets is more busy. Okay. Okay. Max loves the new set. Interesting. Okay. Meritage says she likes the kitchen better. Kevin likes the new set. Ian said it was refreshing. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I think we'll new set is looking much better. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think most people say the new set looks a little bit better, but yeah, we'll have to see. Cool. All right, guys. Sign up for the. I think we'll drop it in the description one last time. Sign up for it, and we'll talk to you guys. I probably won't talk to me. There's a small chance you'll talk to me, but you'll probably talk with someone on my team, and we'll see you on the call. And have a good one, guys. Take care. All right, content. Okay. Stop share, and